Hello and welcome to Passing Priority. My name's Mike and today I have a fan request episode. We've been requested to build a deck by Rin and Seri Inseparable. Rin and Seri is a Naya commander. They are 1 red, a green and a white for a 4/4 legendary cat dog. Whenever we cast a dog spell, we create a 1/1 green cat. And whenever we cast a cat spell, we create a 1/1 white dog creature token. We also have an activated ability of pay Naya and tap, and Rin and Seri deal damage to any target equal to the number of dogs we own and gain life equal to the number of cats. Rin and Seri is a tribal deck that wants us to either go toward cats or dogs or play both. To help focus our deck, we're going to focus on a single tribe. And while myself, I'm a dog person, the cat tribe has had a lot more support over the years, so we're going to build our deck focused around them. And since we're building our deck focused around just cats, we get an opportunity to add a companion. Rin and Seri today are bringing along Kahira, the Orphan Guard. The requirement for running this as our companion means that we can only run cats, elementals, nightmares, dinosaurs or beasts in our deck. So our deck will be 100% cat focused. Kahira can be brought from our companion zone to our hand by paying 3 mana, and then we can cast her to pump up our cats. And our commander will help us support a go wide strategy. For every cat we cast, we'll bring a dog with it. The strategy for our deck is simple. We want to get our commander out, cast our cats to make more dogs, and then swing with our large army and dig our claws into our opponents. Let's start our deck tech by looking at some of the basic fundamentals. Our package of ramp focuses mostly on our green colour identity. We're running Cultivating Kodama's Reach, Migratory Path, Explosive Vegetation, and Rampant Growth. We're also bringing a couple of artifact toys for our cats to play with. We're running Soul Ring and Arcane Signet, and Soul of the Animist will gear up one of our cats and get a land each time we swing. This will support a more aggressive strategy from our deck. We're also going to need to draw some cards, and for our deck we can focus that into non-cats and cats. For our non-cat draw package, we're running some one-off draw effects with Camaraderie and Harmonise. We're also running Return of the Wild Speaker, which can be a pump for our cat-dog army if we don't need to draw any cards. And we're also running Guardian Project and Vanquish's Banner, which will draw us a card each time we cast a cat. We're also running some cats that help us with our draw strategy. Arms Collector is a cat that will turn our opponent's powerful draw effects into 1 card for them and 1 card for us, severely slowing them down. Keeper of Fables is a cat that will draw us a card each time a non-human deals combat damage to our opponents. In our deck, that's every creature. And while Realm Walker doesn't look like a cat, the changing ability means it's both a cat and a dog, really synergizing with our commander and getting us 2 tokens. When it enters the battlefield, we'll choose cats, and then we can cast any cats that are sitting on the top of our library. Our deck wants to play a lot of cats, and some of our cats are here to be quick. We're running Sacred Cat and Adorned Pouncer, and these are 2 cats that can make token copies of themselves once they die from the graveyard. Fleece Main Lion is a cat that we can pay mana into later to make it monstrous and give it hexproof and indestructible. Territorial Scythe Cat and Prowling Felidar are creatures that are going to get bigger as we play our lands. We're also running one of my favourite cats, a Kasali Ambusher. If we're being attacked and we control both the forest and the plains, we can flash this in without paying its mana cost. This is still a cast, so we will still get a dog out of this. We're running some cats that protect our strategy. We have a Team of Sabertooth that for 2 mana can return an important cat to hand and give itself indestructible. Bronzehide Lion, when he dies, will become an enchantment that we can place on a creature, most likely our commander. And Prowling Separd means that none of our cats can be countered. Our plan is to fill the board as wide as we can. To do that, we're going to make some cat tokens ourselves. We have cards like Pride Sovereign, which we can tap and exert it and make 2 extra cats. Leonin War Leader, when he attacks, will make us 2 more cats. Cup Warden, if we mutate it onto any creature, will make us 2 more 1/1 cats with lifelink. This is a great way to turn one of our dog tokens into a cat for increased synergy. We also have Regal Caracal. When it enters, we'll get 2 1/1 cats with lifelink. but the Caracal will also provide our other cats a +1/+1 boost with lifelink. We're also running Felidar Retreat, which supports us in two ways. Every time we play a land, we're either going to get another cat, or we can put a +1/+1 counter on each of our creatures and give them vigilance. Great for rebuilding a board, and great if our board is already big. We're also running some changelings. Changelings, as we've already said with Realmwalker, are very good as they count as both a cat and a dog, and will earn both tokens off Rin and Seri. We're running Guardian Glade Mist, which on enter can pump up a creature. Irregular Cohort brings a changeling friend, and on cast will also make a cat and a dog, meaning this one card will be an army of 4 when it enters. We're also running Mirror Entity, a great changeling that for X mana we can give all our creatures base power and toughness of XX. This is great when we're getting toward the end of the game and we want to pump our team for a big swing. And we're including Maskwood Nexus. This turns all of our creature spells and creatures on the board into all creature types. So now our cats are counted as dogs as well, and we'll get extra cat tokens. And our dog tokens on the board will be considered cats as well, meaning they'll get a pump from any of our cat pump effects. Speaking of our dog tokens, I want to give a special mention to Prava of the Steel Legion. We don't support our dog tokens nearly enough, and Prava will pump all of our tokens by +1/+4 as long as it's our turn. It's also a mana sink that we can dump mana in if we've got nothing else to do. We've already mentioned pumping up our cats, so let's talk about some ways to do it. Vanquish's Banner draws us a card every time we cast a cat, but it'll also give our cats a +1/+1 boost. We'll also ring some enchantments that will power them up. Frost of the Wild gives all our attacking non-humans +1/+0 and trample. And again, this will be every card in our deck. We're running Fervour to give our creatures haste, and Fire of Yavimaya to do the same. And we're also running Gruul Warchant to give our attacking creatures +1/+0 and menace. But one of our best pump spells has got to be Beastmaster Ascension, and not just because it's got a load of cats in the art. When we attack with 7 creatures, this will get 7 counters, and all of our creatures will get a +5/+5 boost. Speaking of cards that are on theme because of their cat art, we have Stir of the Pride, that we can either use to give our creatures +2/+2, or give them lifelink. We have Leonin's Sunstand, which we can sink mana into to pump up our board. And we're also running a great finisher card in Titanic Ultimatum. While a restrictive mana cost, it'll give all our creatures +5/+5, First Strike, Trample and lifelink. We also have some cats that will pump up our army as well. We have access to our companion, Kihira the Orphan Guard. As said before, gives all our creatures +1/+1 and vigilance. We have a Felidar Sovereign, which gives our other cats +1/+1 and protection from dogs. We have a Hungry Lynx, which will give all our cats protection from rats. And on our end step, we will give a rat to an opponent. And whenever a rat dies, we'll place a +1/+1 counter on all of our cats. We have a King of the Pride, which gives all our cats +2/+1. We've also got the Mirror Entity discussed earlier, and the Regal Caracal. One other of our cat pump effects is Giselle Goldmane. For 3 white, we give all our attacking creatures +X/+X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. This is a lovely cat pump effect, which is inclusive of our dogs. To finish off our deck, we're going to need some removal. Again, this can be broken down into cats and not cats. For our not cats, we're running some single target removal of Beast Within, Chaos Warp and Generous Gift. All 3 incredibly versatile pieces of removal that can hit anything we want. We're running Swords to Plowshares to get rid of creatures because it's so cheap, and Blasphemous Act is our one board wipe in case it gets out of control. Our cats can help as well, and we all know the cats are prone to knocking things off tables. We have our Felidar Sovereign again. When a cat deals combat damage to your opponent, we can destroy an artifact or enchantment that player controls. We have a Leonin Relic Warder, that on enter the battlefield exiles the target artifact or enchantment until he leaves the play. We have Masked Vandal, another cat-dog changeling, that on enter the battlefield we can exile a creature card from our graveyard, and we exile an artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. We also have Kansali Pride Mage, a cat that can be sacrificed to destroy an artifact or enchantment, and Kasali Slinger, Whenever a cat enters the battlefield under our control, we destroy an artifact or enchantment. And there we have it. Add in 37 more lands for our mana base, and we're finished. And there we have it, Rin and Seri Inseparable, focused on the cat tribe. Comment any cards below you think we missed. Thank you for our viewer requests, and if you have any requests for a deck you would like to see on the show, leave a comment below with your commander or your idea. Thank you very much for listening, and goodbye for now.